I know a lot of you are scared. Put up your hands if life has been scary lately. Like, let's be honest. It's fucked up out there. But I also want to impart to you that regardless of the seeming chaos that's going on outside in the world, we are capable of extraordinary things. We are capable. We are. Yes, clap for yourselves. We are. We are capable of loving one another. We are capable of co-creating extraordinary lives in spite of the pain that we're seeing, and we cannot avoid it. So I always say we need to learn how to be both and. We need to understand this and that is true. So this is why we talk. We don't bypass anything, but we don't want to stay in the muck either. We can't afford it. We have to be in both places. We have to build our extraordinary lives and be very patient and compassionate with each other as we change, because there's no perfection. None. Zip, nada. Don't even try. Right? Does that make sense to you guys, right? Yeah, and be patient with yourselves. I hate these like bullshit new age things where they say like, you're gonna just snap your fingers and then poof, there it is. That's, of course, my favorite show growing up was Bewitched, right? I just like learn how to not wiggle my nose. The truth is though, miracles can and do happen, but you have to keep holding space for them. And really, trust me when I say this, every single person in this room, I don't care who you think you are, you have an extraordinary gift to bring into the world. You just do. The fact that Spirit chose you to be here on this planet at this time means that you were chosen. You have to remember that, like, and not your cousin, like you know what I mean? Like you're you, and you have a unique path. And yes, it's to fill up an extraordinarily complex world, but there are millions and millions of threads in this extraordinary tapestry we call life. Just remember, you just need to be yourself. So what Spirit Jam is for you newbies is a smorgasbord. We're going to do meditation, we're going to get really grounded, and I will do readings, but I'm also going to coach. So the readings won't be like popcorn like it was last night, which is really the mediumship dead people thing. I might do dead people today too. I don't know. Like they come, they show up. If I start smelling them, I got to talk to them. What are you going to do in the middle of a reading? But you have the capacity to ask me absolutely anything when I call you. All right, so when I will get a definer, and then I will pick you out of the audience. And so I might pull a card. I know last night, sorry, I said, who wants a card? And then I didn't do it. Like that was like, oh, a dead person, sorry. So, and then, there'll be something for everybody. What's really, really important today, especially about intuitive coaching, is that there is always something for everyone. Right? So even though I might be working with one person particularly, what I say to them will impact a lot of you. So that's why these group scenarios are really great, and why, and this is what we do. Spirit Jam is something I do twice a month in my membership site, and I thought, like, why don't we just do that? Because everybody loves it. And we have 900 people show up sometimes, and everybody says, oh my God, I got so much out of that. And maybe they've been there 3 years and I've never spoken to them. You know what I mean? So write down notes. If I say anything to somebody and went, oh, that's really good advice for me, it is for you, right? This is the whole point. I pray before I get up on stage and I ask, how can I serve everyone in the room? How can I serve everybody in the room? And I know a lot of you are scared. Put up your hands if life has been scary lately. Like, let's be honest. It's fucked up out there. But I also want to impart to you that regardless of the seeming chaos that's going on outside in the world, we are capable of extraordinary things. We are capable. We are. Yes, clap for yourselves. We are. We are capable of loving one another. We are capable of co-creating extraordinary lives in spite of the pain that we're seeing, and we cannot avoid it. So I always say we need to learn how to be both and. We need to understand this and that is true. So this is why we talk. We don't bypass anything, but we don't want to stay in the muck either. We can't afford it. We have to be in both places. We have to build our extraordinary lives and be very patient and compassionate with each other as we change, because there's no perfection. None. Zip, nada. Don't even try. Right? Does that make sense to you guys, right? Yeah, and be patient with yourselves. I hate these like bullshit new age things where they say like, you're gonna just snap your fingers and then poof, there it is. That's, of course, my favorite show growing up was Bewitched, right? I just like learn how to wiggle my nose. The truth is, though, miracles can and do happen, but you have to keep holding space for them. And really, trust me when I say this, every single person in this room, I don't care who you think you are, you have an extraordinary gift to bring into the world. You just do. The fact that Spirit chose you to be here on this planet at this time means that you were chosen. You have to remember that, like, and not your cousin, like you, you know what I mean? Like you're you, and you have a unique path. And yes, it's to fill up an extraordinarily complex world, but there are millions and millions of threads in this extraordinary tapestry we call life. Just remember, you just need to be yourself. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to copy other people. Just be you. And trust that your purpose is already built into you. So many people this weekend have stopped me and said, what's my purpose? I'm like, you just woke up today. Like, you know, when you were born, guess what? Your purpose was built in. Everybody's looking outside for their purpose. It's like, no. It's not over there. It's right in here. It never left you. And sometimes our purpose makes us have to face our pain. That's so important to know this and not to shy away from it. Sometimes our purpose, and I think our collective purpose now, is to recognize the flaws in what we have built and what we've inherited. Like, let's be honest, too. Like, we all inherited a frickin' house with a leaky roof, and we can't sit there and go, I didn't do it. I'm going to sit right here underneath the wet stuff, right? I didn't do that. No, we have to fix the roof, right? And you understand what I'm saying, right? So we live in the roof. We live under the roof, and we just need to patch it up the best we can. We don't have to build a whole brand new roof. Some of us do. But that doesn't mean that your being here and your own passions and your own distinct desires to create something extraordinary in the world, that counts more than ever now. More than ever now, you are needed. Every one of you that showed up here at I Can Do It this weekend, and I know that nobody comes to these conferences without a purpose. You all come here because you know there is more. You all come here because you know you are more. You all come here to discover that more. And you will get a glimpse, and I'm sure all of you have. And some of you come here to acknowledge that you're in pain and you want to be in community with people who get it. Right? And we get it. But not all of us are in pain at the same time. And that's important. And everything passes. We are stories in motion. We are stories in motion. I am getting the privilege to create a new oracle deck with Dr. Deborah Edgerton. Where are you, Deborah? Stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. The Enneagram Oracle is coming. She is an Enneagram expert and has written the Hay House bestseller, No Justice, No Peace. Thanks, Deb. And I highly suggest you read it. It is all about love and all about a way for us all to celebrate unity and diversity. And that's what we need to be doing. Now, let's get grounded. And then I'm going to get right into the coaching. Oh, first I have to read something that somebody texted me from the Hay House, because nobody's doing it. Apparently we're not doing our job. One moment, please. Where is it? Okay. The entire conference recordings are available to listen to over and over again. If you subscribe to the Empower You Unlimited audio app, then you can download it also from the Apple app or Google, for those of you Google people, or go to the stand outside the room for help. Apparently there is help. It is only $69. So any workshops that you missed, I actually want to sign up for that because there's a couple people here I actually wanted to go see and I didn't. Anyway, not that you need to know that. But TMI, it's all about you, not me. Okay, fine. So okay, and she loves me also. Thank you. Okay, so truly, the Empower You app, it rocks. It's really good. So, yeah, so if you don't have it, go outside. They will figure it out, and I would not know the first thing about technology. That's why I have a husband. I know that's so wrong to say. And I might say the odd wrong thing, FYI, just letting you all know I might be bad. Okay, so here's what we want to do. What I want to do is ground the energy of your purpose into your body, okay? So I can read you better, and I want to know exactly that you're claiming it. And you're going to be standing up to do this. For those of you who are able, I know some of you can't. Totally cool. I'm going to show you how to do it. No, I'm pointing at you, but you can stand, right? Or not? I don't know. Are you in a wheelchair? Okay. Yes. No, no, the cane. I'm sorry. Yeah, but if you don't want to stand up, you don't have to. You can do it sitting down, but it works better when you stand up. I just want to make sure that some people can't, but stand up now. Yes, I love that you are right ahead of me saying, like, yes. I'm very shitty with instructions. That's because I live in another dimension. My husband keeps going, use your words, get in your body, get in the body. All right, so I want you to really tune in to the fact you have purpose, especially for those of you here who are confused, right? Am I looking at you? The one, yeah, you. Not really, good. Good, and you want to know what? This is good that you said that you have different directions. For those of you who have more than one direction, do not deny them all, right? Some people are meant to do one thing. Some people are meant to do multiple things. I'm a multiple thing person, right? You need to give yourself permission that your purpose might have multiple prongs. Does that make sense to everybody? So some of you could be like a lightning bolt. Others of you might be like a star with many points. So I want you to tune into the visual of that. And your purpose has a spirit. I know many of you are in my spirit of your business class, but I'm going to use the same analogy. So I want you to tune into what that looks like. That above your head is the spirit of your purpose. It is like an angel, but it's a special one. It's a purpose angel, let's call it that, if you like angels. They're just energy. So let's see this electric image above your head, and it's alive, and it came with you at birth, and you forgot all about it. And now you're going to reacquaint yourself with this extraordinary energy. It's intelligence. And just let it be there, and just know that it's there. And just put your hands up as soon as you feel that it's there. And then you can put them down. I just want to see who's there and who's... Okay, and if you don't feel it, just allow yourself to connect to energy, period. So say you can just put a ball of energy above your head and let it decide what it is. And now I'm going to ask for the meditation music, Light, please, from my album, I Am Grace. And we're going to ground that purpose down through your body, and you can put your hands down. That takes a lot of energy to keep your hand up there. Let's ground it down. So imagine that the spirit of your purpose that hovers over your head is now going to come through the top of your head. And it's going to turn into a beautiful silvery golden light. It has never left you, and it is a gift from the divine, and you have this. This is your companion for life. Your companion for life, and is there even in the most difficult challenges and losses. It is never gone. It is always with you. Always with you. And let it come through your body. And just notice how your cells begin to tingle. And now I'd like to bring your attention to the soles of your feet. At the same time, the very base of your spine. So there's 3 points I'm inviting you to pay attention to. And these are energy points. And this purpose energy moves down through your spine and out the bottom and down and out the bottom of your feet. And we want to ground down into the earth. Into the earth. You're deep into the earth, connected deeply. Keeping breathings, just breathe and relax. And allow your body to lose its rigidity. You're not going to stand too tightly now, because all of a sudden, you are a frond of seaweed held up by the waters of life with your roots deep into the ground, so deep, 10 times your height, moving deep and touching the molten core of the earth. You cannot fall, and as you breathe, your body sways from side to side, as it will naturally. Feel how you are buoyed up by this beautiful water. And recognize that the roots that you have pushed into the ground connect with all of the roots of others, because we need to nourish one another. Our purpose is to be we. Uniquely you, but part of we. Essential. Perfect as you are. Feel the connection and the beauty and the truth of your humanity, blessed by the divine. You are here on purpose. You are here with purpose. You are here for purpose. Now bring your attention to the center of your heart, your chest. Put one hand across your heart and say with me, I am. I am. Again, I am. Call in the divine presence of I am. I am. I am. Bring your attention to your ears, connecting to your heart, that you will hear what is true for you today. That you will hear through the ears of truth and accept from your heart. And know the power of gratitude. And say, thank you. Thank you. And as you sit down, which I'll invite you to do now, gently, you can open your eyes to find your chair in case you went somewhere else. And I'd like to invite you just for a moment to imagine your future. Just a moment in time, and I want you to say thank you in advance. The law of praise states that when you say thank you and show the deepest gratitude for that which is not yet materialized in this world, it is like a magnet. It is like a magnet. It is only when we stare at what appears to not be working that we forget that all is well. And we're done with that. There we go. All right, how'd you feel? Yes? I've been doing this work for 35 years. Oh, I can't even believe that I said that. I was 2. No. I'm actually going to be 65 this July. What? Thank God for my parents' jeans. Not these jeans. These are too tight. I should not buy them next time. I'm like trying to pull them up every 5 seconds. I went on this Wild Fit program, lost a whole bunch of weight, and decided to buy myself a smaller pair of jeans. But I should have gone a size up, because now I can sit down. I can just barely stand. I'm like whooping them up. Thank you. Thank you. But it's funny because thinking about how much time has passed and I asked myself this weekend, what have I learned? What have I learned? Because I've been exposed to thousands of people. Many of you have seen me on tour with Sylvia Browne in the beginning, when I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, you still followed me. But I have seen a consistent story in humanity all this time that hasn't really changed. All of us want to be loved. All of us want to make a difference. Everybody. And all of us know that we can change through forgiveness. Many people don't want to, but we need very simple things, seriously. And all of us need to know what compassion is, and more so now than ever, because it's really, we live in a very weird, divided universe right now that is equally divided as I meet so many compassionate people. So that's really all you need to do now, really, in this day and age, is to really practice it as a discipline every morning we wake up. But to know that you count, right? You really do. You count. And I think that's been the common denominator that I've heard from a lot of people in the past few years, that I have heard about this over the 35 years of doing readings, but more so lately, that people are like, but shouldn't we be spending so much more time on all the stuff that's not working? And then they forget themselves. And really what I want to drill home to everybody here today is your unique purpose was given to you. Like I said, not your cousin, you, right? And yours is meaningful, and you have to allow it to speak to you. It's not something you can force to speak to you. It's something you need to just allow, and it comes through stillness. It doesn't come through frenetic efforting. It's like the opposite of what we've been taught. So really, we are in a great undoing time, right? It is the time of the great undoing, and an invitation for us to remember our service is to be our authentic self. Seriously. When I actually originally, when I started in this world, well, I always wanted to be a recording artist. That was always my thing. But I also wanted to be an interfaith minister. I also wanted to be a nun when I was a kid. But then my mother, who was a Holocaust survivor, who didn't tell us we were Jewish, grabbed me and took me out of the school, because as soon as I said, I want to be a nun, that was up for her. She told me when I was 25, like, that's why I took you out of that school. I'm like, okay, I am very traumatized right now. I didn't know the word back then. That's also a word, right? I understand. We are very traumatized, but let's do something to love ourselves. And instead of sitting and constantly, picking lint out of our navels, like, look at that. My mother put it there. Okay. Right? It's like, yeah, and guess what? All the other sparkle fairy dust that you were born with too, right? It's not just the lint. We have magic in us. Every one of you sitting here is magical. Magical. That's the other thing I learned. Like, we don't even know who we are. That's the crazy shit that we are here. Like we are literally born knowing that we're magic, and then for the rest of our lives, and then when we wish it was when it happened sooner, right? We start realizing, oh wait, this magic shit is real, right? And we can do miracles. We just have to know how to work with where we put our attention. It's really, really important. Acknowledge our pain, yes, but go to the magic. That's where the healing can happen. Because when we remember that we have hope, that's the other thing. We need to be hopeful again. I think that's why you all came here. I know that's why we come here. As authors, we know we can give you hope because it's real. It's not crap. It's absolutely 1,000% real that hope for your future is in your hands and in our community hands too. The kindness and love, etc. So what I would like to do is start doing some sessions with people. I'm sure, who wants that? Yay, okay. Okay, so what I'd like to do is, I can't see anybody because the lights are really strong, so I'm gonna call out some details. This is kind of weird. I have somebody who had a pet raccoon, because the raccoon's coming, and yeah, a pet raccoon yes, you saved a raccoon, or your parents saved a raccoon, because the raccoon is saying, that's who I want to talk to. That is the weirdest thing, but who had a raccoon? That's you then, up you come. Who else had a raccoon? Could be more than one raccoon. Okay, so let me get what's in common. Let me pull out raccoon for you. Raccoon. Just like, how many grandmothers were buried without their teeth? Okay, remember that last night? Was that not crazy? Okay, raccoon. Your dad was a raccoon? What? I'm kidding. Oh, a few raccoons. Okay, yes. And do you have a healing center? Are you a healer? Are you like going into healing arts? The lady back there, yeah. Yes, just you. You do? Okay, up you come. Yeah, well, let's bring them up here. Yeah. No, that would be weird. Okay, no, this is my worst nightmare of making people get out of their seats. Okay, so we might have to make you run and get your steps in and lots of exercise, but you all will stand there, and I'll get to you after. Yeah. Any more raccoon people? Okay. Who had diabetes in your family? Okay, the raccoon person with diabetes? Okay, I got a raccoon with diabetes, I have a raccoon with a healing center, and I have a dad that rescued raccoons. Okay, up, okay. And a healer. Up you come. Okay. Where are the other two people? Okay, up you come. You may as well just stand up because I'm gonna pop around, all right? So, because I won't find you again. And there was somebody over there too. There was another person from there. Okay, let's get the raccoons out of the way. All right, so you stopped doing the healing for a while, is that correct? Yes? Okay, do you work here? I'm like, who is that person? Wait a minute, I better, or are you just a man sitting at the end of the stage? Could you please give her the mic? Like, what? Okay, so you can talk to me, a microphone goes in your mouth. Okay, great. So, okay, there you go. So the raccoon has nothing to say. That's how I found you. So here's the thing. You definitely took a break. That was actually the right thing to do. But you did it for the wrong reasons because you started doubting yourself. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So here's what I want to impart to everybody here about your story. And you're Ariel?
Sophie.
Sophie. Are you Sophie Craighead?
Yes.
For fuck's sake! Oh my God! Sorry. Oh my God, I know, Sophie. Oh my God, I can't even see your face, right? I'm like, okay, we'll talk after. Come here. Okay. Oh my God, I have a sore throat, so I don't want to say. Oh my God, I've stayed at her home and everything. Oh my God, I'm her friend, and I didn't even know. I'm staring at this woman. I'm like, okay. Oh, this is too crazy.
We fed a grizzly bear together.
We did. Oh, that's a whole other story, but they don't want to know about the grizzly bears. Okay, so here's what I want. Just have a seat if you want. I don't know. And you can stand. Okay, so here's what's really key. And I'll tell you this, Sophie, which is hilarious that I'm telling you this, but I'm telling it to all of them. When you stop, it's because you forget you have a partner. And it's not a person. It's a partnership with spirit, right? So it's not you that does it, and we get tired and we quit because we think it's us, right? It's that spirit uses you, right? Spirit cannot materialize except through a person. So I can't believe I'm staring at my friend. I haven't seen her in years. I'm like, what the fuck is happening to me? Anyway, right? So that's the part you have to remember. Even when the world is falling apart around you, there's still the partnership, right? And that's the point. It's not about, can I do this, or am I supposed to do this? It's that you don't do this by yourself. And the minute we forget the partnership, which is invisible, but it comes to us as soon as we acknowledge it like that. So that's my message for you. And I'll call you this week. Okay. I love you. Goodbye. Okay. And I didn't want to hug because I have a bit of a sore throat, but that was just because of the stupid air conditioning in the hotel. Because I would sleep with my mouth open. And there's like, oh my God, Sophie Craig. Mark, did you see Sophie? Okay. So for you got that, you guys, right? When we forget that when we get scared, and I know, I'm my tarot stand-up, Andrew, the tarot reader, yes. You go through that, right? Amazing, amazing tarot person there, right there. Fabulous reader, amazing, amazing, amazing. He's friends with Kyle and me. He gets scared, right? Forgets himself, like whatever. And then you just got to get back on track. So all of you need to remember, when we think we can't do it or we're not worthy, yeah, we're not. That's us. The human part has got shit to do with what's really coming through us. I keep swearing. I know you like it. I'm sorry. I will clean it up. It's just that I feel like I'm with my people now, and like I don't have to pretend. So I could just be me, right? But it's so important, and all of us need to know that, because I think we've lived in and I'll get to you exact stuff in a second, but I think we have been indoctrinated into a society or a system that says it's on our shoulders. And we have proof, we have evidence that we are expected to be busy, to produce. We live in a consumer society that is lots of things wrong with that, but whatever. This is where we are now. So when we think, oh, I can't, maybe it's not me. It isn't you. It's not me. It's not you. It's that, but we're the partner. We're the human component. So we did get picked. We did get chosen. And that's why we get a bit depressed when we quit or when we kind of take a break or walk away, right? Because we feel we got disconnected. Put up your hand if that's ever happened to you, right? We're feeling like, oh, what was that? Because we unplugged from our source. Okay, now I'm going to coach you because you have something specific to talk about. I'm going to pull a card. I think you do anyway. At least I'm a little psychic. I think so. Maybe. Okay, so let's talk about your dad and the raccoons. Your dad is crossed, is that right? The grandfather is crossed? Was he really kind to you? There was one that was really super kind and the other one was kind of right? Is that right? Yes. I just pick up a grandfather that just wants to say, oh my God, I'm on stage. That's all he's saying. Like, he's got no message, but he's here because we called in the raccoons. I don't know. Like, I can't make them talk, but I have your grandfather who's like totally loves you and is like freaked right out that he's here because he probably did not believe in this at all. And he keeps coming to the mountains for some reason. Like, he wants to go back to the mountains. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Interesting. He had a cabin in the mountains.
Right, okay. Anyway, let's move him along because we're not here to do that. No, he says he wants to talk. Okay, so now he's here. Now he really wants to say how much he adores you, and you're so talented, you don't recognize it. And he wants to reiterate what I said, even though he never believed in this ever his entire life. He sort of did, but was afraid of it, and he wants to just say that out loud. Over there, now he gets it. And you are like me, apparently. He wants me to claim you, me. And he wants me to tell you, you can do what I do, and more. Thanks. But you understand why he's saying that, right?
I do.
Yeah, it's really important that you don't give up now. Especially now you've got a really good business sense about some things, but then you doubt yourself for the same reason that Sophie, oh my God, I can't believe I saw Sophie. I'll stop saying that. That's really TMI. I have Tourette's. I just talk. Yeah, you understand what your grandfather's saying, right?
I do.
Yeah. Don't. Why are the raccoons talking? They don't need rescuing. So, I understand. Don't need rescuing. Thank you. It's nothing to do with the raccoons. It has to do with you being a rescuer. Thank you. All right, so I want to talk about that. But let's get you to pull a card. Where's the person who's supposed to work here? Here. I hope you do. Don't steal my cards. Okay. Which one is it? No place like home? Beautiful. That's what it says, right? Yeah, I don't need it. I just need to see it. Okay, so this is your home is when you are grounded and you have good boundaries. You understand that, right? Okay.
Yes.
So in the past few years, you have had to cut people off. Is that true?
Yes.
That is exactly what you should have done. No guilt, please. You have people pleaser rising, probably like me. If he calls you, I have Libra rising. That's why I always say I have people pleaser rising. But you have Libra rising too?
I'm a Libra.
Yeah. Your grandfather's good. Okay, he's like, she's like you. I'm like, okay, well, what could she be? There you go. So that is, you want harmony at all costs. And I'm not saying that all Libras are people pleasers. I'm just making a joke. But you already knew that part. But it's a sense that you give away too much of yourself. As a healer, and in any type of practitioner work, when we do what we do, and it does upset some people because they want you, they want to grab on you, and they feel entitled to your energy, right? Because you're there giving it to them. But it can get very dicey because then you feel depleted and then you feel really spun out. And I think that's what's happened. That's why you second-guessed yourself for a bit. Is that true?
It is true.
Okay, so what's going on now is an opportunity is going to come to reconnect with some of them or one of them. Do not do that. You know how when the leopard didn't change their spots? They can't help that. So it's you understand what I'm saying, right?
I am going through a divorce. So, I mean, it makes
Sorry?
sense. I'm going through a divorce.
Oh,
and
there you go. Well, don't get back together.
well.
So, how's that? Let's just not, go through the divorce is basically. But it was not just him or her. Nowadays, we don't know. But it could be, no, let's be honest. But it could be also other people, so who felt that they wanted to give you too much advice, etc. But also wanting from you. There's a sense of vampirism, kind of like what Kyle said last night. So there's that sense of taking. I'm going to tell you right now, the liberation that you're going to feel in the next year to 2 years, staying on your path, you're going to be absolutely freaked out by that. But your grandfather, thank you, I know you're still here. So he wants to make sure I remind you that everything that you went through, the betrayals, the just all the curious things, not trusting yourself, getting gaslighted or gaslit, I don't know how the words are. You understand when I say all those things to you, right? Was to actually sharpen you, because your grandfather liked to sharpen things. Oh, you and the knives, okay. You know what I mean, like whittle it down. He was like whittling it down to your core until you really owned the fact your own power cannot be traded for caring, right? And don't overdo it as the healer. You need to keep those boundaries and know how to say no. Make sense?
Totally.
Okay, great. You can sit down now.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else get a message from that? Let's get a show of hands if it touched you too. Okay, good. See, it's a 10 for 1 special. Okay. Okay. Let's bring you over so I'm not blinded by the light. Come on down. Cards. Get your steps in, buddy. I didn't get mine. I usually walk 4 miles a day, and it's so hot out there. So Mark and I were like whooping around in here early yesterday morning. Let's see. Okay, so you are not running out of time, girlfriend.
Yay.
So yeah, so that's been something that's come up for you lately. Is that right? Like, how am I going to get this done? How am I going to get this off the ground?
Yeah, some healing issues.
Right. So let's talk about that. So this is your healing, not as a healer, correct? Yes. So I typically don't talk to people about health stuff because I feel it's disintegrous. So what I do is to move around it is to see what I'm looking at the energy rather than speak directly to the issue, right? Because I'm not a healer and I don't feel qualified. So the TikTok thing tells me that your patience is going to pay off, and that if I look at you, say 2 years from now, since I do make predictions, not so much anymore, but I can see you pretty clear as a bell, as a healer. So I don't know if that's something that you've wanted to do or that's something that you have been doing and stopped because of health reasons. Is that correct?
Somewhat. I'm a helper. I'd say a helper more than a healer.
Yeah,
but
okay.
maybe those
Yeah,
go hand
let's
in
label
hand.
it whatever you want,
Okay.
like that. So when I say healer, I talk about the healing arts like the intuitive arts also, because intuitive or doing readings heals people too, right? So I put you in a kind of a box, and then we figure out how you want to see it, right? Because for you're a communicative healer, so people who do readings, people who speak, coach, they're communicative healers, right? So that's my language. So that's what you are, communicative healer. Okay, good. So that has to come back, because you can't not do that. That is your purpose. You're here, no matter what it is. It's a matter, you are here to speak for someone, for the less fortunate, for people who are confused. You're really good with confused people for some reason. Like, for some reason, they listen to you and you get them back on track. That's really why you're here. It's not big for you. You don't care about big things. That's not your goal. You don't want to be famous. It's not the point. You just want to get back to what you're here to do. Your healing issues are not an obstacle for you, not at all. So little bit by little bit, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. I think that's the other thing. Everybody thinks it needs to be all or nothing. You go back a little itty bit at a time. You'll feel like it's a boost of energy in your arm, like getting a B12 shot. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely.
That's what you should be doing now, okay? So don't think big. Don't think big, giant chunks. Think one person at a time, and then you will watch the miracles come. And that actually helps the healing of the body. Oftentimes, when people who are in this profession, and I've seen it time and time again, and I'm just using a very general statement. I know I'm not specific here, but a lot of us get sick because we don't take care of ourselves. And that's the way the body says, you need to slow down, sister. Go sit in a corner for a minute until you've got your energy back, because you're like no Duracell bunny. That's just a commercial, right? Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, it's just funny because I had a nickname Sparky, and like the Energizer Bunny, I just kept going. So.
There you go, Sparky.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can start it up again, but just with one battery. Okay? And we need to change it. It's not one of the long-lasting ones, all right? So
But it is rechargeable.
your rechargeable
Okay,
battery,
just
yes.
checking.
Your battery is forever, but you need to take breaks. A really great space for you to be in right now. Just remember, turn the healing to God. Also, do the legwork. Don't just sit there like an armchair astronaut waiting for God to come and knock at your door. That's not what happens. You have to remember, one step towards the gods, they take 10 steps towards you. Just don't keep running past them. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them do their work. You're in a great space right now.
Thank you.
Okay. Where's the next person? Oh, there they are. Hi.
Hello.
Is this making sense to other people in this room too? Okay, good. Hi. Yes, put it back, and then you get to pick a card from in there.
Okay.
You do not know how to ask people for help. Hello.
Absolutely not.
Allergic to asking for help. Like, no, I can't. That's how come you get isolated. That's how come you don't trust people. That's how come you have all these expectations that things are not good. Oh, give her a Kleenex, please. Yeah, Kleenex is good. You inherited some huge expectations of being disappointed. And it didn't even come from you. So I think you have I would call the inherited goblins, right? When that comes through the maternal line, and you have an idea about life. Like, my mom is a Holocaust survivor, and I had no idea why we were terrified all the time. Well, now I know. But for you, it's that you will be disappointed. You will be betrayed. And when we continue, and by the way, there is no blame in this game when I'm going to tell you what I'm going to say. When we consistently put out a frequency of, I expect to be disappointed, we're going to notice the people who are going to disappoint us and tractor beam them to us. And so that's why I say there's no blame. It's just we have to detach ourselves a little bit to recognize, to really take a look at our energy and see what it is, what frequency, even if it does have merit. There are people here who actually have good reason to be afraid of certain things. But we want to say, this and that is true. Yes, I have been betrayed. Yes, these awful things have happened. Yes, I've had these expectations. And I could also look at this, where my expectations could be met. And maybe I'm afraid of being vulnerable when I ask somebody for help, because then that would make me vulnerable, and I really have spent most of my life with a very rigid wall around me that I peeked over once in a while for entertainment.
Absolutely.
Right? right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot to ask. Yes? I'm just talking at her now. I'm like, I didn't even ask her if it makes any sense. Okay.
Absolutely.
Right? So you have a great opportunity right now. And it's not to ask for people's help, right? And it's not to supplicate yourself to, and again, when I say the word God, choose whatever the hell word you like. Call it, whatever. Steve, like universe, like goddess. I don't even care what the word is. I'll just use God with you because I think it works for you, right? So when we surrender to God, it's not, I give up, you do everything. That's not it. I am willing to let you show me my next right action. I am willing to recognize that I don't know how to do this because you don't know how to ask. Yeah. So the first step for you is, okay, I admit it. Number one, start where you are. Never try to start where somebody else is. I'm right here, and you got to love where you are standing. I am really vulnerable because I'm afraid to ask for help. And my walls don't work for me anymore. I want something different. And I'm shit scared to do something different. Right?
That's true.
Anybody else feel that way sometimes? Yeah. Let's be honest. I love that self. I want you to fall in love with that self that's scared. Because if you don't love that self that's scared and you try to kick it to the curb, you're going to keep doing the same thing because you won't trust. Right? So it's okay that you're here. It's just really important now that you make a new choice. And you can be like a little colt that doesn't know how to stand up. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter. And sometimes we think we should know more because we've been on this for so long, this spiritual path. Exactly. But guess what? The longer you're on this path, the less you know. And the more that
Not just me.
No, hello, me too. Like I'm always in learning mode. I'm serious. I'm a forever student, forever. I'm always surprised by life. Be surprised by life. And then when you don't know what's going on, ask to be shown the right place, the right person. That's the other thing. We don't ask enough because we will tractor beam that one we know. The familiar is familiar, but it's not always the right thing for us, right? We want something, the uncharted is where we need to step, and that is a scary place, and it's okay to be scared. Then you got to learn to hold the hand of the divine and just say, okay, I'm scared, so can you help here? And not think it's too busy for you, right? Like, you haven't run out of miracles. As a matter of fact, right now, give me one more card, because I think we're talking to a lot of people here in this audience. One more card about what you need to do moving forward. You teach too, is this correct?
I have.
Yeah, in the
Not
past.
right now, but
Okay.
I have in the past, yeah.
Funny that you did shuffle those cards, right? Yeah, so you got TikTok too. Running out of time. You're not.
Yeah, that resonated with me when you were talking.
You are
so
not
yeah.
running out of time. You're just starting, okay? You have to begin again and begin fresh, begin with hope. You have an extraordinary life ahead of you right now. You can't go wrong. You just need to remember how to ask for help and love the part of you that's scared, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you. What's your name? Gerald. Okay, so you have a name. Thank you. I hate to look pointing at a person who works here. Okay, so now I have October 16th.
Oh my God.
Okay. Whoever's born October 16th, stand up. You have to be born. I love that. I know October 16th. I saw it. What is that? Well, then I'm going to be right back to you. You can sit down, but I won't forget you. I'll be right back to you. You obviously are meant to be spoken to, too. But you are not talking about murders. I'm born October 16th. Yeah, I want to talk to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Okay, yeah, but not, yeah. We'll talk about the murder part after. We're trying to talk about your career now. Okay, good. So we want to pull a card. So it's interesting that I got October 16th because have you recently separated?
I got a whole cluster. I'm sorry.
No, pick one of the cluster.
Okay.
You can't do this wrong.
Okay.
It's not possible.
Okay.
Oh. Do you work as an intuitive?
No. Well, not yet, I guess.
Just out of curiosity, has that been something that's been calling to you?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's just go there. You got the intuitive card, so you got the deep knowing card, and you completely discount it. Like you're like, I'm not listening. Like, oh, I can't do that. Like, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that either, or that, because I don't know. Does that make sense? You're very intellectual.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm triple air.
You're triple air. Of course, you're in your head all the time. So this is pretty good though, because do you work in communications or
I'm a
something?
singer.
Singer, communication.
professional
Yes,
singer.
yes, the communication. I love
Singer,
it.
songwriter.
Thank you. It's coming
Yeah.
out. I'm going like, you at communications? Yes. Well, you're supposed to be communicating that. You are the communicative healer. And if it's singing, that's great. So I will tie this in to that. So this makes a lot more sense to me now, because I would not take you off the track of singing. That's meant to be for you. And it's not traditional. So you have a very untraditional route with this. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. So
I'll tell you after. But
you
yeah.
will be successful at this, but in a very unique way. Where you are not listening is you are trying to, is this your friend?
Yes, this is my bestie.
Stand up,
Okay.
because I bet you any money, I'm going to tell her what you told her.
Yeah,
And then you don't need to talk to me, but now you can listen to her a little bit more. Okay. So, okay. You're unique. Stop trying to be like other people. Stop thinking that you're not ahead because you didn't get this deal, which was recently. Stop thinking that you have to trust your intuition. You got to trust her intuition too, because your route is not the route you think it's supposed to be. Is this making any sense? Are you crying for her? Yeah. Look at her crying for you. Okay. See, tears and everything, because she knows I'm right. You have to let go your idea that, and you remind me of me, oh my God, that you will not be who you think you're going to be if you don't get that thing. I spent so many years chasing my music career for that very same thing, and I did get a record deal with EMI Music, and I had 2 albums out in the whole 9 yards, and I thought that having that was going to somehow redeem me or something. You got too much baggage around this. You just are here to sing and heal people with your voice, however that's going to look. Am I right? Yes. Okay, good. Sit down now. Thanks. Okay.
Can I just?
What?
I love your outfit. Where do you get your clothes?
Camilla. Camilla.com. Anyone can purchase these at Camilla.com.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. Australia, and they will deliver. Oh, and they do sell them here in Florida too, but wait till they go on sale. They're ridiculous expensive. I buy them all on sale. Okay, and then I sell them after. If I wear them too many times in front of you, I sell them. Okay, so where's the lady? Okay, let's get you over here. This is an interesting thing, because when you stood up, I actually saw a huge light behind you. And it wasn't that, because I thought, unless the lights on the ceiling went down the floor, that's a light, right? That's a special light. So this would be your fiance, is this correct? Yeah. Okay. He knew the people. Do you know this?
I feel that in my
Yeah.
heart.
Can I make you, if it's okay, I could tell you what I'm getting?
Yes.
Okay. And there was a DA name around him. Is that correct? DA? What was his first name?
My Stefan was his.
And who was the DA, like a Danielle or Dan, David? He had had a kind of like a foreign, like a Frenchish. You know what? I don't want to get you too settled, but I will say this. And there was 2. Do you know that there were 2 people there beside him, or do you know anything at all about this?
No, but I feel like there was 2 people.
Great. So what he's showing me, it's interesting because he was very calculating, Stefan, right? He had a very analytical mind, and wasn't always honest with you about a lot of things. So, and it wasn't that he was a liar. He was very protective of you.
Very protective.
Yeah, you were his little mouse, he says. I don't know why he would say that. Does that make any sense? Did he call you his little mouse?
No.
No, what he's saying, well, it's definitely him. Okay, so, yeah, so it's like you were like a little mouse, and he wanted to.
The less I knew, the better, or whatever. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And he was involved in a lot of shady stuff.
I
Okay,
know.
I'm sorry, but he was hot, so that he likes to meet it. He wants me to make sure everybody knows he was really hot.
He was so sexy.
Very
He
sexy.
was such a good-hearted guy too, and he wasn't shaded in me. He was
No, he loved you.
the best ever.
I will tell you this, he loved you. He never loved anybody like he loved you. No, he didn't. And he was shocked Is that correct? Yeah. Yes. So, look, I got to be honest. It was a deal gone bad. It was two men. He did know them. You are 1,000% correct about your intuition on all of it. And there's the other thing is that you are. I know you don't want to hear this.
No, I do want to hear it.
Okay, but he wants you to meet somebody else, and you cannot hold yourself hostage for his memory. You will find another. He's going to go find the guy for you. You know, and he's kind of like a nasty angel. Like that's like. Oh, I can't believe we're talking about this. Yeah, but you were right in knowing that he loved you, that he was pure to you, and actually, you redeemed him. You redeemed him because he's been on the streets and been on the edge his entire life, and you were the only one that came into his life that gave him hope that there was some purity in the world. So even though he died quick, and by the way, he didn't feel anything. He died really fast.
God, I was so worried about that.
No. He's like he was out there so fast it hit him and poof. No, he also says you're very dramatic. So much trauma. That's what he's saying.
Well, I found him.
I
found him, and it devastated my whole life.
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't call that drama. Excuse me. Hello. Fine for you to say over there.
My whole life stopped for 10 years. Yeah.
You need to start it again. You need to start it again. You have so much love in your life anyway. He's been trying to carry you and trying to make little miracles. Are you getting a dog? Did you get a dog?
No.
Okay, you're gonna get a dog. I'm gonna say this. You're supposed to get a dog. Apparently, was he French? There was like a poodle. No. Okay, so I'm getting like a little French poodle. I'm seeing this little tiny poodle dog. I know that it's not a dog in spirit. It's a dog. So I think I know what he's trying to say. You don't have to get the dog. Sometimes I see a dog for sure, and I think he's just telling me about the dog, and you still have a choice about the dog. But you need to love something. That's what he's telling me. You need to love something and take care of something, not a plant, right?
I have lots of plants.
Right, I know. That's what he's saying. Not another plant, right? I'll get another plant.
Well, I have a 4-year-old, and he has been my healer.
Well, your 4-year-old could do with a puppy.
He was actually born on Stefan and my anniversary.
Aww,
Yeah, beautiful.
I love that. I love that. But you need something different than a son.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like something that the two of you take your attention off, because your son is your life, and he's showing me sunflowers for some reason, like sunflowers. But it's more about like loving something other than a person. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like to get out of the house, basically, not just with your 4-year-old. Do you see what I mean?
Okay.
I don't know what he's talking about now. So it's just like, it's like a stop. Most important is that you're looked after, but there is a man coming in. There is. Okay. Whoever has been in,
yeah, I've been blocking.
not.
I'm like, I don't
No.
believe it. Nobody, haven't been with anybody in 3 years.
No, you have been
I'm like,
closed
thank
for
God.
repairs. Closed for repairs.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if he's saying anything about your boy. No, he just wants to stand here on the stage with me, like make sure. Never mind. Let's get rid of him. Okay, you have some hope. No pain. Man coming. He's gonna pick him. And you like bad boys, but this is a kind of similar kind of guy. You won't like a really normal guy. It's just not your speed. So he's gonna ensure like a really awesome biker with morals, or you know what I mean, or something like that.
Yeah,
Morals and integrity. That kind. That's.
Honesty, yeah.
You understand that. That's the kind of guy. And you might know him already. There's a sphere in your sphere of availability. This person, it could be that you go to a coffee shop that's common or whatever, but it's not far and you don't have to go online to fish. It's just going to be very natural for you. But your little boy is going, and then I do see a father figure for your little boy. Anyway, bless you.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Okay. I want to introduce you. Where are my mavens? Are my mavens here? Where are you? Are you standing up? Where are you? Oh, there you are, 3 of you. Okay, because I know there's a lot of people here. There's half of the audience is in my membership site. So those 3 people run the Oracle Circle membership right there. I'm going to sit for a second. They are amazing, and every month they're all astrologers, numerologists. Oh my God, can I sit on this freaking thing? Like, don't buy this. I'm telling you, you'll trip on yourself. It looks good standing, but the rest of it, forget it. These guys are amazing. So we do this very thing that I'm doing right now twice a month in my membership site. So I know there's a lot of you who have been coming to the booth. So I just wanted to mention this now because those guys are here. If anybody wants to talk to them, they can. And also, I wanted to also mention too, because I have Jill waving at me back there. So we have been getting weird emails from people who are here in the conference. And we're here too. Like, you don't have to email us back at home. Like, so there's quite a few people have been asking about the Dream Quest Mastermind, and you don't have to email us. Jill, who runs my VIP Mastermind, actually is here taking interviews. So don't email us. Just go talk to her. You don't have to sign up. You can just get information. I know some of you want to, and we only have a few spaces left, so just go talk to her at the booth. Don't email her. She's actually here. So I know we got one this morning. I'm at the I Can Do It conference. Colette was so amazing, and I'd like to get information about the Dream Quest Mastermind. And I'm like, why would she email us? Like, because she doesn't know. Anyway, we have a booth. It's out there somewhere. I don't know where it is. You have to look. Okay, so let's get back to you. So I also have in the back of the room, I've got somebody in real estate. How bizarre. Somebody in real estate that's also a medium. Yes, real estate medium? Oh, come on down. What are the chances? I know, I always pray, please pick the people and make them be really weird and unique. Not weird, but you know what I mean. So we can't miss you. Okay. Don't quit your day job. So I know you want to, right? You want to go into mediumship full time?
Well, I've been looking at the coaching, the mediumship, the hypnotherapy, all of that.
You have to do all those things. So I'm getting such a strong message that you are a multi-talented person. So to pick one thing, you'll get bored. Do you understand this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Plus, you're not going to. You are a very ambitious girl that likes to make money. Let's be honest. Okay. Nothing wrong with money. Hello. Right? No. So the transition for you should not be abrupt. And I know you get really excited because you're really, really good. Like, I can tell you're so good at this.
At which part?
Mediumship
Oh, okay.
part. Yeah, the mediumship is you were born to this. But you don't have to do one or the other. Do you understand this, right?
Okay.
You can still do other things too. So the real estate, the investment, all that stuff that you're doing, it does feed the capacity for you to do all these other things. Does that make sense to you at all?
Yes.
Okay. So I know some days you're like, I hate this.
Yes.
But I think what would be better for you, if I could coach you a little bit,
Yes,
is
please.
anything that you hate is going to stick to you like gum on the bottom of your shoe. It's just the way it is. Never, ever leave a profession hating it, because you're going to hate the next thing. You're going to find some reason. So just start looking at reasons to be grateful. You'll get better clients, and the money will flow so that you have the freedom that's like, thank you, universe, for giving me all these skills and talents so I could do the thing that I genuinely love that lights me up like nobody's business. And then you're back to here is the bathroom. It has been remodeled. You know what I mean? Well, I get dead people in the bathroom in my place, but but you know what I mean. So it's just really key at the moment, because I know your head's been going like this. Like, what should I be doing? You should be doing exactly what you're doing. Just don't start hating. Does that make sense?
That's not what I want to hear.
I know, but I'm telling you.
That I should continue focusing on real estate.
No,
Don't
I'm not
leave it
saying that.
until
Did you hear me say she's going to focus on real estate? Okay, the entire audience heard something else.
Okay.
Okay, all of us can't be wrong. Here's what I said.
Okay.
Do not hate the real estate job.
Okay,
Okay?
okay.
Got that?
Yes.
Do not look at it with disdain. It has provided you with the money and the support for you to explore these other spiritual avenues.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Lately, you have been poo to the other thing, thinking that that's going to open up for you. It won't if you poo that.
Okay.
All right? You will eventually transition over, but at the moment, your next step is to bless the heck out of where your cash is coming from. My friend Ken Honda wrote a book called Happy Money. He's now a Hay House author. And it's all about, it's a Japanese art of happy money, of building wealth. And it's all about loving where your cash comes from, right? In this case, it's loving the fact that you can serve in an industry. Yes, you might be ready to move out of it, but I'm telling you, you are going to create more problems for yourself leaving it that way.
Okay.
Now you understand that?
Yes,
Okay, so allow it to still be there for you, because you'll be very grateful, because this thing doesn't always take off the thing. Everybody looks at me. I'm a 35-year overnight success, okay? I want to be like Colette. No, you don't, right? And plus also there was no internet. I mean, I literally, people all came to me word of mouth. There was nothing. I didn't even have business cards. Plus it was so fringy to do what I did in the beginning. Like I couldn't even tell people what I did for a living. I once told this guy and he was like, I can't bring you home to my parents. You know, nowadays it's different. You can get there faster. You're so good at your mediumship. I see you've got angels around you. I totally see you. And I see how you could be sabotaging yourself just a little bit. Okay? Let the transition be graceful.
That's so interesting because the mediumship wasn't even what I was focusing. I was focusing on the coaching.
Well, coaching, mediumship, same.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same thing for me. So remember, as a coach, you are a medium too as a coach. Mediumship is not just talking to dead people.
Right.
Let's kind of, I know we put labels on things and we think, so for me it's don't take mediumship and coaching separate. It's I'm communicating with somebody because you're also tuning into that person. A great coach is an intuitive, right? In some way, you're not bringing dead people in, but it's like you're the medium for their higher self, what they need, etc. So whatever you do one-on-one with people, my point is that allow that to grow gracefully. Okay. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay. Don't poo-poo that, okay. Right? Allow this to take its place in a much more gradual way. You will end up doing what you want to do 100%. Just be forewarned. You can dry up your well if you keep looking at the thing you should be blessing and saying, that's no good. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Does that make more sense?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
You're so beautiful. Thank
Ah,
you so much.
I love your
Inside.
hair.
Thank you.
I finally settled on red. It's not even that red either. It's like, oh, whatever. Okay, so does everybody hear that about blessing? So one of the things that I find also with a lot of people who are a lot of people here, and actually I'd love to see a show of hands at how many people have jobs but also want to look at the spiritual work as a profession. There's a lot of you. Okay, so please note, the job that you have is providing you with sustenance. It is giving you a living. It is giving you the ability to feed your family, to put food on your plate. Why am I thinking about food? I think I'm hungry. But anyway, so I'm thinking of pickles. Oh, I have somebody with a dead person with pickles. Hang on, I'll be right back. I'll be back in a second. So, you know what I mean? It's like the idea that we want this other thing and we think it's going to be so cool and whatever. And I'm going to tell you something. When you decide to become an entrepreneur, and many of you are taking my Spirit of Your Business class, it's hard. This is no cakewalk. People, I want to quit my job in 2 weeks and be a solopreneur. Really? Like, do you know that you're signing up to the biggest personal growth crash of your life? And it's worth it, but do it gingerly. Like, step in the water first. Don't do it abruptly unless you are so called to this that you are willing to go through that membrane and land on your ass, because everybody does. I'll ask any one of us. It's not easy. So allow the transition. Keep loving, not loving what you do, being attached to it and focusing on it, right? Like, I love I'm glad you clarified that about, like, are you telling me to focus on real estate? No. It's just don't hate it, right? So we have to bless where it comes from so that we can continue to bring in the blessings from the other thing. When I had no way of knowing when clients would come. When I started, I literally just had to wait for the phone to ring because there was no internet, there was no place to advertise, and I literally had to just trust spirit. I was surrendered. And then one day I just said, I am booked 6 weeks in advance. That's what I just decided to start saying as an affirmation. And so people would call for a reading, and I'd say, oh, I don't have anything right now. I didn't have shit. I was lying. But I thought, I'm going to book you 6 weeks out. And I thought, why did I do that? But I had that little whisper in my ear, trust me. And I'm like, okay. And they, oh, no problem, I can wait. And then all of a sudden, they all boop, 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 they filled up in the middle. So it's kind of like, because I was always practicing gratitude, now I was completely poor at the time, so I kind of had, it was weird. It was like a space of having an open slate. But, I did learn that. I learned that early on, reading Catherine Ponder books and, the OGs in the beginning, right, of the New Thought movement, like about how the science of mind, how I would see this thing, and then I could open space for it. So everybody here, you want that career, open the space for it. Just open the space for it. Allow yourself allow the space, and then don't think about it anymore. Keep blessing what you have and watch the surprises come, because it's never the way you think it's going to go. Never. Just like our singer here. Okay, so let's talk to somebody. Oh, I have a couple here who have a business together. Who own a business together. They're a couple, man and a wife. They have a business together. I know you're here. Is the husband hiding? Okay. Yes. Yes, stand up, both of you. Oh, he doesn't want to stand up. Yes, he does. Good boy. All right. We are running into some issues with the business. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Are we having fun, though? Yes? Okay. Are we learning? Yes. Okay. What's going on? Let me help you through that. Because I'm seeing I'm supposed to unravel your hairball.
We've been married for 35 years and worked together for 34 in the same. We have a business and we're transitioning.
From
I'm trying to transition from one business that's more commercial into something that's a little more personal and artistic.
Perfect. And he is not sure what to do with himself when you do that? Because you're standing so far apart. This is not a good sign. Why don't you let him talk?
What was the question?
Okay. So there's a big hairball of energy happening with the transition of the business. So you own the business together. Can you tell me what the business is?
It's a commercial. We do advertising.
Okay, great. Commercials. Okay. And you do ad space and all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Photographer.
Okay. So you're so wait. So the two of you are transitioning into the more artistic thing.
Yes.
Okay. So the issue that I'm tuning into, let's pull a card. I think I just want to see if I'm right with it. Ooh, where did my men go that work here? Oh, he's invisible. I need water. Hang on. I know, I need some, there's all these choices of water up here. It's too confusing. Okay, which one has the magic mushrooms in it? No, I'm kidding. I'm sober 37 and a half years. That'll never happen. Oh. I can dream. No kidding. Go the distance. Okay, so right now, you guys are questioning your choice. And I want you not to question your choice. This is a long road. You're choosing the long game, okay? And a lot of it's online. Is this correct? So are you doing a lot of digital stuff?
Yes.
Perfect. You have so much success coming. Oh my God. Make space in your bank account. Add a zero in your head, because that's coming. Right. What you shouldn't do right now, Miss Controller, is, okay, don't tell him how to think about it, how to feel about it, how to whatever, and he's going to shut down when you get scared. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, he's got OCD, and I'm like all over the place. Yeah. But
So you both have it.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. You make the perfect pair. Just don't, when he's nervous, he's going to do his thing. Yes. Don't try to make him stop it.
Yes.
That's what I'm seeing. That's the hairball. That's the thing I'm telling you. Let him do him, and you're going to feel like safer if you basically tell him not to do what he's doing. he'll stop. Sorry, I'm talking about you and you're not there, right? He stops when he's fine. So this is just, you guys are just all antsy right now. And you act out antsy in opposite ways. His antsy is different from your antsy. And it's normal. When you go through a transition, do you think anybody is calm? Put up your hands if you have been calm in a transition. Nobody is calm. All right, acknowledge that this is temporary, because I see the whirlpool. Go the distance. This is going to be worth every tear that you've shed. It looks like you're going to sell some of the business. Is that correct also?
Yes, if it goes that way. I mean, that's something I think about all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, you should talk to him about it, not just think. So outside is the words, and he has to hear those words. He can't read your mind, even though he probably could, but it's too busy in there. So I think really you guys should really talk about some of the assets that you might have. I do think some of those conversations are going to have a shift in like space where you are, possibly real estate, like letting go certain things. So there is a bit of an upheaval right now, so there's a move and all that. Just don't worry about it. This is life. This is messy. The transition is not an easy transition, but it will be worth every bit of dust and OCD-ness and craziness and controlling and, don't eat the sandwich that way kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be worth it. Give yourself 6 months for this. This is going to take a bit of time. Don't put time frames on the transition. It's going to drive you bananas. Make sense?
Yes. Makes
Okay,
perfect sense.
go and prosper. Okay. Sam, New York Pickles. Sam, New York Pickles. Who? Okay, Sam, get out. Really? Was that your dad? Wow. No? New York and Pickles. And was Sam a deli? Sam's Deli? Yes. This is your father. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's on. Okay.
This is freaky.
It
Okay.
is. Remember what I said to you last night?
Oh, you said to me, no, the night before, I don't even know how many days we've been here. You said, you have something to tell me. Oh my God, I have goosebumps even in my hair. Okay. Your dad had bad breath.
New York.
Oh, that's too crazy. He's making sure you know it's him because he has bad breath. So, he is so proud of you. He loves your husband.
Yes.
He just loves him. Loves him. Loves your husband.
We share first name.
Oh my God.
And they're both from North Carolina. Yeah.
So. He wants you to know, and this is an interesting statement because we'll unpack it another time, that you have to let go and see where this leads. It's going to lead you way beyond what you think. Way beyond. He never would have understood this in life, like had you been telling him about Enneagrams and all this stuff. He'd be like, I didn't send you to Harvard for that.
Yeah.
Right? But he gets it. But he and I don't know if it's our project or anything. It's like your path forward, and with your husband, and his too. Him getting involved with you. I don't know if that's true or not, but he's saying he's supposed to. And you have to listen to him, and you don't, but you have to start. And all that, we'll figure that one out too. I'll help you. But I will help you. But it's like let go and see. You cannot even fathom what's coming for you. And he is incredibly proud of you. And you have a brother, is that correct?
Yes.
You have a brother? And they didn't talk much before he died, is that correct?
That's
and
true.
He wants him to know he loves him like so much. And he was cut off. And he felt very cut off, and he wasn't good. The two of them personality were ugh. It was because they were so similar in some ways and very different in other ways, right? Yeah, and your father felt rejected by your brother, but I think your brother felt rejected by your dad. So your dad just wants him to know too that he adores him and loves him and is proud of him, and he turned out better than he ever could have expected, and not because of him, because he knows that he wasn't the guiding hand. And your dad was pretty didactic because he wanted to be the guiding hand, right? And but he's just so enthusiastic about life moving forward for the family. Yeah, and moving is a good thing. He says, don't listen to the astrologers. Now, I have no clue why that would be pertinent, but I think maybe because you're doing the astrocartography, you know Philadelphia is the right place, the end.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Okay. That's it?
That's it. Thank you.
That's it. And I want to just add something. Thank you. I love you. So we went out to dinner because, you know, we're newly connected and soulmates forever, which is so weird because we feel like we've known each other for thousands of years. We just actually literally met. But she looked at me over dinner and said, you have something to tell me. And I didn't tell you this, Deborah, but I hate that when someone says that to me more than anything in the whole wide world. Because then I feel so pressured, like, fuck, what do I say? Like, is the tea good? Like, no, but then I was like, okay, well, I can't force it. I can't make it happen. I don't know. And then it just happened now. But it was so clear. Pickles, New York, Sam. And it was like, Sam's not the name. It's Sam's Deli? Sam's Deli or something? Yeah, and corned beef and all this. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, yes, your husband's like, yes. And don't worry, when we hang out, I don't work 24/7. It's when I get off the stage, it's just me. Okay, let's move on. Let's go over here to... Somebody just lost someone in their life in this section here, like literally the other day. Was that you? Is that who was it? Can you stand up, please? Okay. 2 days ago, okay. So we want to go no more than a week, 2 weeks. So within 2 weeks. Was this within 2 weeks? Anybody else within 2 weeks? Yes?
It was last week.
Oh, good, you're in a cluster. 3. Okay, all of you get up here. Everybody that's lost somebody in the past 2 weeks, come on up. Just come up. I don't care if there's 10 of you. We're going to do a group reading. I'm going to have all of you pick a card. Oh, my God, don't make me. I need the Kleenex. Give me that. Me. I might need 2. I don't have mascara I hate waterproof mascara, so, oh, my God. All right, let's start with sons. A son, nephew, son, yes? Like a son? Is that correct? Okay. Pick a card for you. Okay, so what I've asked, this particular oracle card deck really works good for connecting to the other side. You just bought this one, and was this a new life? He's got a brand new life. And was he in a wheelchair too, or some kind of, more than a wheelchair? He says, I was in a contraption.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Young boys get Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
Aww.
He lived longer than they said. He died at 25.
Aww.
But it got to the point where he could only move his hand. He couldn't even turn his neck anymore.
But he was so funny.
Oh,
he was hilarious. He has this greatest sense of humor. He's so glad to get out of he calls it a contraption.
I called him my little boy.
Well, aw.
He was my little boy.
Yeah. Well, he's still with you. He's so happy to be gone. He has a new life, and you need to have a new life. And yes, it's okay to grieve. We don't have a society that allows us to do that. I mean, it's like, let's get over it and keep on moving, right? That's how we're taught. Grieving is really good, but don't let it take you down, right? Because you don't have a son, is that correct?
I don't have my own biological
right.
children.
So that's one of the reasons why this is such a big deal, because you lost somebody that was so important, and you think you're not going to have that, but you're everybody's mom. So, so just know he loves you, and he's in a good space.
Thank you.
Let's go to you next. Oh, okay, so pick a card. Everybody should just pick a card. You go along with the cards. Do you have cards too? No cards. Okay, just each gets a card. Just pick a card. I'm going to have to go through it quickly because we only have 5 minutes.
Not for you.
Oh, this is interesting. Who died for you?
My wife's aunt.
Okay, so here's the deal. For you, she was a character, and there's a real sense your wife has been going through something. You can't fix that.
Well, my wife passed.
Oh, you can't. I
9
see.
years ago.
Oh, wait. Why is she saying you can't fix that? Did you suffer a long time around your wife's passing then?
Oh, yeah, at the beginning. In fact,
Okay.
I ended up here from that.
Thank you. She keeps calling you a fixer, like you fix things. Like this would be your this would not be your aunt. Then it's your wife that wanted you to come up here. Then, not her. So it's the not for you either in a relationship that whatever you're contemplating right now. This is nothing to do with hi, I love you. This is to do with you're about to make a decision that's not for you. So this is your wife, not your aunt. Your wife's aunt at all. This is about her. What business arrangement are you about to step into?
I would have. I've been a police officer for almost 30 years, and I want to retire.
Okay. What were you thinking of doing post-retiring?
I don't know. Our one child we had together came out as transgender a few years ago.
Okay.
And we got kind of outed to the whole world 2 years ago.
Okay.
And it's created a lot of...
Thank you. That's the not for you. Don't get into it. You love your child. You love your child 1,000%. Don't even try to defend it. That's what the message is. She's saying, get out of it. Not for you. I understand I totally understand that. Oh, and by the way, did you call her Pookie or some weird name with a Y at the end of it?
Sweetie.
Sweetie. Okay, she's like, I'm hearing the E at the end, the E. Yeah. She totally loves you. Don't freak out about that. And you don't need to defend anything. That's not for you. You don't have to have a conversation with anybody about that. It's nobody's business. You love your kids. The end. Go retire and have some fun. All right, next. Okay, so clean it up. Anne-Marie, who crossed?
My stepfather.
Your stepfather. Gosh, he loved you to pieces. He was also a piece of work. He says, I know I was a piece of work. I absolutely love you. You're also in a relationship. You have to make some space for. Does that make any sense?
He broke up with me right after I buried my stepfather.
That's it. Okay, wait. So it's the stepfather and the man. Do not have anything to do with that guy again. Okay, this is what the stepfather is saying. The relationship that broke up needs to have been broken up as much as you're upset by that and it came out of left field. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Up his, get out. No more. You got somebody better coming in. Your stepfather wishes he could be there to punch him in the face. That's basically what he's saying. Anyway, I'm so sorry for that. Take care. Let's go. Kim, we have like 5 minutes. We have 3 minutes. We're going over time. I have to go to the airport there right away. Soulmates. That was your soulmate, and we know that you miss them. You have to just trust that they're with you in spirit. Lana, who died?
It was my birthday Tuesday. My best friend died.
Okay, yeah, and they're saying happy birthday to you. Yes, they're between worlds too. Like you're between worlds. You have to know that they're always with you. Yes?
It's my former mother-in-law.
Oh, she loved you. She's kind of like totally, and she wants to cook with you. She cooked with you, tried to make you cook, and apparently you're not very good. That's what she's telling me. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, building blocks. You're moving in the right direction. This is interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have to just really go with the flow on this one. You have to go with the flow on this one. He worked on yachts, and she got the boat card. Oh my God, that's so amazing. You're blessed with such a great relationship. You just keep doing what you're doing. She's blessing your journey forward. All that glitters. This is who crossed? Okay. You know, you have so much better stuff coming. I know that your in-laws crossed, but honestly, I don't know how badly you're going to miss them. Sorry to say that. Right? And they're like okay with it. You know what I mean? They're like, they loved you, but move along, right? It's like, and your husband won't be able to talk about it very well, so yeah. Well, still, right? Yeah, okay. With you, yeah, you need to learn how to ask for help. I'm sorry, I just want to tell everybody here, and you are... Yes. No, I'm so sorry. I have to go to the airport. I've given you the best that I can. I can't do any more for you, and there's everybody else in this audience would have liked it too. Sorry. Okay, wait. Everybody wait before I go. I just want to thank every single one of you who has sat in these chairs today. I hope somehow I have touched you in a way. I hope I have, and I hope you've learned something today. Please, mwah, love you all so much.